backing him on his position. Also up here today is Dan Bishop, the deputy OMB director, and he was talking to some of his former colleagues. Remember, he was a congressman from North Carolina. So if I were to look at the clock, another all-night session here. We've had those in the Senate, Katie. Probably pass this sometime in the middle of the night and get people out of here just as the sun comes up tomorrow morning. Back to you.
So, Chad, speaking with leadership in the Speaker's office yesterday, they kept saying this is the final product. It's an 85% House forward bill. The Senate changed some things to make it more conservative, make it more moderate, as in their words, I would say, making it a little more liberal. So is this really just about convincing people behind the scenes, or are there actually going to be substantive changes to the current bill?
They can't change the bill. They can't change the bill. And this is where, you know, right, they're trying to get guarantees of votes on other things or promises from the president of executive orders. That's something that's very important. If they change the bill, they have to play ping pong and, you know, ping the ball back to the Senate and change it, and then you're never going to get the thing done. You know, this is where they have to eat that. And this is where the leadership is saying, look, you got most of the things, but there are outstanding changes, such as, you know, making sure that illegal immigrants, you know, can't get Medicaid. That's something that they tried to change in the Senate. Couldn't get, you know, it was in the House bill, and they can't line up on that.
And green subsidies as well. Lots of these members were at the White House today with the president trying to negotiate, as you mentioned, the executive orders. So we will watch what happens. July 4th is on Friday. Thanks.
For February 29, 1960, the hour of 12 noon having arrived, the Senate having been in continuous session since yesterday, the Senate will suspend for a prayer by the Senate chaplain.
Remarks of Senator John F. Kennedy in the United States Senate National Defense, Monday, February 29th, 1960.
It's Fox News contributor and author of the brand new book, They're Coming for You. So, you know, I'm not like an expert here at politics, really, but I mean, I'm thinking Donald Trump and Make America Great Again versus Mamdani and socialism. Who's going to win that in America today?
Yeah, Donald Trump. He loves the country, loves the flag. Mamdani, he literally wants to get rid of the police force. He wants to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu if he were to have ever come to New York City. He believes in the intifada from worldwide. He wants to take the elements of production and actually sees those. He talks about it. He put together videos on this stuff.
Yeah, this is not like some dorm room like chat fest. He's actually like really thought about it.
No,
and believes in it.
That's what he stands for. You know, he wants, but just everything's free. And when they make those grocery stores run like the DMV, yeah, that's what'll save this city. I mean, he is nuts.
I envision the grocery store being in a subway station, and the checkout clerk is going to be one of those people that sit in the booth and ignore you when you walk up and say, "How does this thing work?" or whatever.
Yeah,
you're not going to get a lot of help from him.
He is a flat-out communist. This guy is a Marxist. That's what he believes in.
So you've been around politics for a long time. You're very smart about politics. Have you ever seen any politician put up the kind of weeks, 6 months that Trump has enjoyed over the past 6 months?
Donald Trump told us we would get tired of winning, and it's almost exhausting. The man has not even been there 6 months yet, and you could take any 3-day period, and he is chalking up more wins. I mean, trade deals and the price of eggs. When the Waffle House got rid, as you talked about, the Waffle House got rid of the egg surcharge. America's moving in the right direction. And how dare these people sit back and say, every one of those members of Congress who can't get over the hump and actually vote for his signature piece of legislation, give me a break. You rode Donald Trump's coattails all the way to the finish line. You bragged about your proximity. You probably posted up pictures with the president. Vote for that darn bill and pass it out tonight.
So big picture, what happens in the House with that bill?
They'll pass it in the middle of the night. They're going to cut some sort of deal. We'll bring up your piece of legislation. They don't have earmarks anymore, which is a good thing. But the president, he's going to get there. And you know what? I dare you to vote against the president on this, because your political career will just be bye-bye.
Yeah.
Tom Tillis, bye-bye.
Jason.
What we know so far is that the facilities have been seriously and heavily damaged.
President Trump has made it clear multiple times that Iran's nuclear facilities targeted in those U.S. strikes were, in his words, obliterated. Have they been obliterated?
It appears that they have been heavily and seriously damaged. No one at the moment says that the facilities have remained intact. It is the technology and know-how that is still there.
All right, it is July 1st, and what does that mean? It's new law alert time. New laws go into effect in Florida on July 1st. We have over 100 new laws coming online today. Here are some of the most prominent ones that I saw from the list. And of course, I'm going to save the best for last. We have the Gulf of America law. Now, one of the Florida agencies must call the Gulf, what was the Gulf of Mexico, is now the Gulf of America. The Pam Rock Act. If you have a dangerous dog that's been determined dangerous by a judge, not necessarily a pit bull, but any dangerous dog, it can be a little boxer, a little terrier, can be a French bulldog. If someone, judicial person, finds them to be dangerous, you have to have these. You have to have them secured, microchipped, and $100,000 insurance. Next on the list, the excessive speeding law. We talked about that one earlier. 50 miles over the posted speed limit or 100 miles an hour in any posted zone can get you arrested. Aggravated animal cruelty. If you're found guilty, your name will be published online. Let's see another one. Security for day schools and preschools. That's for religious schools and designated day schools and preschools. They have to have security now in addition to like the regular schools, elementary, middle schools, and high schools. And the best saved for last, of course, is another Florida tax holiday from September 8th to December 31st. It is a tax holiday on firearms, ammunition, and accoutrement. So if you want to buy that new Daniel Defense, wait until after September 8th and you will pay no tax on it. There you go. That's just a few of the over 100 laws that went into effect today in the state of Florida. Because you know, you can never have too many laws.
Donald J. Trump on Truth. It looks like the House is ready to vote tonight. We had great conversations all day, and the Republican House majority is united for the good of our country, delivering the biggest tax cuts in history and massive growth. Let's go, Republicans and everyone else. Make America great again. Posted 7/02/25, 9:12 p.m.
Is July our month? I don't know, saved by grace. I do not know the timing. Do I think it's July? I think it's July. I also thought it was June, though, so I'm just happy to see the very, very, very consistent, steady progress towards it. Trump posted that he made a huge trade deal with Vietnam. I think we need to pay attention. You look at some of the countries he's making the biggest deals with, are the countries we're looking for the biggest changes with. Isn't that a coincidence? Could you have planned that 5 years ahead? That the countries he'd be making the biggest deals with are the countries that we are expecting in a change of values and some kind of reset globally. And it just happens to be the countries we had already picked many years ago or identified. And those are exactly the ones he's making the big deals with. I mean, that's a heck of a coincidence or a coinkydink. Shirley, are you registered for transfer online? Do they know where to reach you when this thing goes? I've been told that they will reach out to us, but if they don't, I was told to take my certs and ask at redemption. I do believe if they voted in the budget tables and rates that it would force it and it would go ahead and go. I do think that. Hey, Trump's already said that he has said that. He's already said he said that. Okay, kind of redundant speaking. Okay. He's already mentioned, and we have circulations from State Department and from UST that they believe that Vietnam should be increasing the value of their currency, that has been unfair currency manipulation for trade. and that they are pushing them to increase that rate, that exchange rate.
Yeah, guys, I made a mistake earlier when I had said that the vote was at 212 to 212 on the amendment, on agreeing to the amendment. And they've been out now over for an hour and a half, but it's 214 to 212. I was outside when I said that. And like I had mentioned, the Republicans aren't even in the chambers. And now it's almost 4:30 in the afternoon. So this leads me to believe that the Republicans are all behind closed doors somewhere or wherever they are. And there's a lot of wheeling and dealing going on to try to get this all done in a vote today, or maybe first thing tomorrow morning. I think they're trying to hammer out, they're trying to get these rhinos all in order. The only other alternative would be, like I had said in that last message, is that the Republicans in their entirety are stalling so the vote doesn't happen today. You know, kind of like all of them backstabbing Trump so it doesn't get on his desk by the 4th. So, you know, I believe the former. I think there's a lot of wheeling and dealing going on. We'll see here in the next few minutes, hour, couple hours, see if we can get this vote underway. I hope everyone that saw those posts a little while ago about Massey, you know, I called. I even did a poll, and some people actually said they weren't going to call him. I can't believe it that you wouldn't call and voice your disgust with them. Anyway, be that as it may, the rest of us will do the heavy lifting for you, I guess, like we've always done. Eagle the fuck out.
Fox of North Carolina amendment on agreeing to the amendment. Great result. Yay, 220 Republican. Nay, 212 Democrat. The U.S. House has passed the procedural motion for Trump's Big Beautiful Bill with a 220 to 212 vote, heading for a full House debate and final passage vote next. Fox News. House advances Trump's massive agenda bill after Freedom Caucus caves. Congress has passed President Trump's Big Beautiful Bill while contending with GOP factions and razor-thin majorities. Donald J. Trump on Truth. No tax on Social Security. The One Big Beautiful Bill includes a large tax break for seniors, but it does not eliminate all taxes on Social Security benefits for seniors as wanted. While the bill provides a substantial deduction for seniors, it does not eliminate the tax entirely for everyone. Here's a breakdown. Increased deduction. The bill includes a temporary $6,000 deduction for seniors with a larger deduction for married couples. Phase out. This deduction is not universal. It phases out for individuals with incomes above $75,000 and for couples with incomes above $150,000. Majority impact. The White House says the deduction will mean that the vast majority of seniors, 88%, will pay no tax on their Social Security benefits, not a total elimination. Despite the large deduction, the bill does not eliminate Social Security taxes for all senior citizens. In essence, the bill offers a significant tax break for seniors, but it's not a complete elimination of tax. The Democrats rejected it. They care more about non-citizens.
President Trump?
I wouldn't want to do a no vote and vote against President Trump. That's for sure. Clearly, this is his agenda. Clearly, this is his legacy.
Did the president move your vote?
The president was very kind and gifted in his talk.
You said he was going to take you out to the woodshed, sir. Did he take you out to the woodshed?
No, that's just a common saying in East Tennessee.
1.7 million Wisconsinites voted for Donald Trump. This is a mandate by the American people, and we're fulfilling this mandate. The President of the United States didn't give us the assignment. We're not a bunch of little bitches over here. Okay, I'm a member of Congress and represent almost 800,000 Wisconsinites. Is that clear? So we work together. That's how the government is supposed to function.
Majid posted on X. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act has passed both the House and Senate, with the House approving the Senate's version on July 3rd, 2025 by a 220 to 212 vote. No further votes are needed as both chambers have agreed on identical text. The bill is now being enrolled and sent to President Trump for signing, likely expedited to meet a July 4th deadline. While supporters expect a swift signature, the exact timing of when it reaches his desk is unclear, but it should happen soon. Eric, alert breaking, all Republicans have voted. LFTGG. The One Big Beautiful Bill puts America first, delivers the largest tax cut in history for middle and working class Americans, bigger paychecks of $10,000 more in annual take-home pay for families, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, no tax on Made in America auto loans, protects 2 million family farms from punitive double taxation, permanent increases to the child tax credit supporting over 40 million families. A vote against this bill is a vote for the largest tax increase in history, rescinds billions in Green New Scam funding, restores fiscal sanity, slashing deficits by roughly $2 trillion, eliminates waste, fraud and abuse from bloated federal programs, permanently secures our borders, deports at least 1 million illegal aliens a year, makes the largest investment in border security in a generation, providing nearly $150 billion to secure our border and deport illegal aliens, finishes phase 2 of the border wall, shifts the costs of adjudication in the immigration system for the American taxpayer to aliens, hires 10,000 new ICE agents, 5,000 customs officers, and 3,000 Border Patrol agents, funds the Golden Dome missile defense system to confront 21st century threats, delivers the largest Coast Guard upgrades since World War II, stopping fentanyl and criminal cartels by sea, modernizes our military to ensure it has the resources to be a ready, lethal, fighting force after 4 years of weakness by the Biden administration, ends Biden's war on American energy and drives down energy costs, unleashes domestic oil, gas and nuclear power, restoring energy independence. Grateful posted on X. Insane. To all the Democrats critical of alligator Alcatraz, below is a photo of a Biden detention center in, is it Arizona? It was outdoors in 100+ degree heat with no beds. Dems are hypocrites. Nick Sauter on X. Alert breaking. Here are the current House Republican holdouts on Trump's big beautiful bill. There are 10, enough to kill the bill. Andy Biggs, Lauren Boebert, Andrew Clyde, Dunn, Florida, Andy Harris, Dan Muser, Andy Ogles, Scott Perry, Chip Roy, Thomas Massey. They got your names. Bo Luden on X, posted 3:28 p.m. July 1st, 2025. Alert breaking. Trump supporters, including myself, are hijacking the ICE Block app, meant to warn illegals of ICE agents by flooding it with fake reports. Illegals are fleeing in panic. The left's app just became our secret weapon. It's never been more peaceful. David Garcia, maybe this will teach them that a gun registry won't make them safer. It's a win-win. Two sides can play the game. Mega flips the tables on the ICE Block app strategies. 7/2/25. Green means go. ISO 20022 for the FedWire Funds service will be implemented on July 14. Forwarded from Wolverine. Hi guys, Intel is still strong as it's all steam ahead either the 4th of July or after. A lot of contracts have been signed and are ready to go. Everything is ready and just waiting for the green light to have these funds release. In relation to the big, beautiful bill, I don't know what to think as this is dragging like the RV. I agree with Shelby that the corporation is bankrupt, so what we might be seeing is just an act, and the fight between Elon Musk and President Trump is just theatre. I am praying that I'm right. We had a member that read the whole act from top to bottom, and in nowhere does it mention Nazara, Jazara, or anything remotely that defines it, and nothing on the RV. In my humble opinion, let's just concentrate on the RV as all intel is full steam ahead, and they have not said that they are waiting on this big beautiful bill. I'm tired like everyone else because it's one thing after another, which is why this journey has led to some people having doubts and joining hate groups. As soon as this goes, all those hate groups will disappear straight away, as they'll have nothing to say, and I pray that their followers start targeting them. God bless Wolverine. This was forwarded from Shelby Mac 2.0, admin for the Chosen Ones. To help put those at more than ease and not borrow any unnecessary angst when the plan in effect may not warrant it. Remember that we have been long told that the terminology that we've used in regards to Nazara, Jazara, in the RV may be completely different than what we've been using. Also remember, all of the comms used by DJT and those closely associated with them referencing key things related to what we've been waiting diligently for so long. Hold strong. From Wolverine, we don't use that terminology as it is a legitimate act that's supposed to be enacted during the time of Clinton or George W. Bush. Anyway, let's just hope this RV and the medbeds get released any day now, as too many of our patriots are hanging by a thread and many are dying. I'm sick and tired of having one thing after another. This big, beautiful bill got us by surprise, as we never knew that was supposed to happen before we RV. So many of my sources have told me we should have gone last December, but now we are in July. I pray that they don't end up giving us any more surprises that might delay this, as we can't keep going like this. I'm the one receiving the PM from members that are dying and asking for help, and I can't do anything to help them. God bless Wolverine. And then Wolverine comments, looks like my Washington source has given me the wrong information. He apologizes profusely. Anyway, I'm praying that by Friday we should be receiving good news regardless of the big beautiful bill. An entire urban neighborhood is reporting that they are witnessing a UFO in 4K as a massive light can be seen beaming down from a flying saucer.
Two-Piece, it's a UFO for real! It's a UFO, bitch! No, we not making this shit up! Look at her, she gonna put It's a UFO for real, y'all! That is crazy! Y'all, that's crazy! It's a UFO for real, y'all! I promise y'all! We got all these... There ain't no damn street light! My uncle talking about that street light.
He's got a big mouth.
That ain't no street light, bro. That's
Did you shut up so I can hear it?
This a fucking street light right here. This the fucking street light. That ain't no fucking street light.
Can you hear the trumpet? Stupid woman.
I mean, that's the light beaming down on me.
Las Vegas. We are on Tropicana in front of the Walmart. Every last one of the light poles, the electricity poles are down. This goes for miles. We ain't got no power. I don't know what the hell is going on. This goes for miles, y'all. Look at the cords on the ground. It goes all the way down. Miles. What the hell? What the hell? All of these are last one of the powers down.
Chaos coordinator posted on X 10:52 a.m. 2nd July 25. Don't forget to have cash on hand. I think it's July 3rd or 4th that Zala will no longer be working till after the 14th, and your ATMs may not be working for about 10 days. So please have some cash on hand just in case there's a bug during this transition to the new system. Make sure to have a variety of bills. And Moonlight Stars commented, "We've been told this many times. Perhaps this is actually it." Gosh, I hope so. How many people will lose healthcare in your state under Trump's big beautiful bill? Alabama, wow. Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California. Look at the amount of illegals in California. That's 17 million lives that Republicans are putting at risk. Ah, well, you just have to go back to your own country. Reality, that's Democrats. Senator Elizabeth Warren. Illegals getting cut off, folks. Not legit sworn Americans. That's how many has been poured into your country. Question, didn't know we had that many illegal immigrants. Now you do. So ask why are Americans, paying for their healthcare that Biden promised them? Food for thought and research. Forwarded from Wolverine. What we are witnessing is biblical, economic, and historical. A unique reset is unfolding before our eyes. Representative Thomas Mickey introduced H.R. 1846 to abolish the Federal Reserve. Ripple applies for a U.S. banking license. Jerome Powell under pressure over $2.5 billion Fed renewal scandal. Fed now enters ISO 20022 on July 14. SWIFT joins ISO 20022 globally in November. Trump hints at replacing Jerome Powell. Elon Musk warns of a national debt crisis. The rise of tokenized assets, RWAs, and blockchains. XRP Ledger is positioned to connect the old system with the new. This is no coincidence. It is a divine moment. Even Jesus turned the tables on the money changers. Now the corrupt system is being overthrown, not with violence, but with code, conviction, and community. Be grateful to be awake. Everything you have prayed for, built for, and manifested is taking shape. We are living history. Know what you have. The Great Reset. Gosh, guys, look at this. White House all red. 9 p.m. 7:02:25. Flip the switch. Red. Can you feel it? I reckon EBS time. Oops, I think I better get some cash out tomorrow. Donald J. Trump on Truth. The one big, beautiful bill. Let's get it done. Secure the border, strengthen our military, tax cuts for families. Posted 7:02:25, 8:52 p.m. Nick Sauter on X posted 10:06 a.m. 6:30:25. Alert breaking. The White House is currently working on ways to exclude illegal aliens from the U.S. Census, per Stephen Miller. This would take away several House seats from places like California, as seats are determined by population. Get it done. No illegals in the census. If you're ever lost or stranded and your phone battery is low, change your voicemail to a message that gives your approximate location, the time, the date, your situation, and instructions to help. When your phone dies, your voicemail will still work and those calling will be able to help. Pass this on, it could save a life. Qazim Al-Ali on X, KRG spokesperson, Baghdad will not fund Kurdistan region salaries unless oil exports resume via agreement with international oil companies. The fate of 1 million employees awaits a signature. Also, alert KRG says Baghdad and IOCs have reached a draft agreement to restart exports. Once PM Sudani signs it, salary payments to Kurdistan regional employees can begin. Oil exports halted since March 2023 after Paris arbitration ruling. Now, Erbil has agreed to hand over 50% of federal revenues to Baghdad, awaiting their signature. US government participated in this week's Erbil-Baghdad talks. Washington is pushing for the resumption of Kurdish oil exports, says KRG spokesperson. And lastly, mounting public anger in Kurdistan as salary delays persist. Civil servants have taken the Iraqi Finance Ministry to court over the political halt in funding. Elon Musk posted on X. Every member of Congress who campaigned on reducing government spending and then immediately voted for the biggest debt increase in history should hang their head in shame, and they will lose their primary next year if it is the last thing I do on this earth. Today's message: a new opportunity is about to present itself that will bring you a higher level of freedom. Your hard work is paying off in more ways than you may currently realize. You cut out distractions and made space for new divine opportunities to flow. Soon you will look back on all the little things you worried about and smile when you realize how perfectly it all worked out in your favor. Release all stress, worry, or fear. Divine miracles are coming. So shall it be.